Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for the new subscribers. Congratulations to my 2 second classes on my ship who got their ESWAS. Good job, proud of you. But that's not what the video is about today. Today the video is about what I think it takes to become successful and what you need to do just that. I mean, you're like, well, you're not successful yet yourself, so how can you tell what would be successful? I'm just going to tell you what I think it is. And we're just gonna see. And about 3 years from now, you're gonna be like, oh my God, his plan actually worked. Also, so I'm about to be doing a YouTube flip for you guys as well. I'm super excited about this because this property is about to be pretty awesome. I'm gonna go probably do the pre pictures, show what it looked like before, and then do after pictures. Also do video tour, show the cost of actually fixing it up and what actually happened to it, because I'm going to be selling it as well. So this is actually super fun for me. So let's do a recap. My first month and a half in real estate, right? I got 1 deal in escrow right now, 1 listing that I'm co-listing with somebody, and then I had a listing, but I kind of bought the listing at the same time, and that's the YouTube flip. So we're going to go through, I'm going to explain everything, how I did that, and you guys are really going to love it. But let's get back to the successful part of the videos. So if you want to see how to fix and flip houses, how much it actually costs, and how much work we actually put into it, I would definitely take a moment to subscribe. Join the Perkins upbringing party. Something like that. Not really sure. But I want you all to be there for the journey that is about to come. Being successful, you don't have to have, the Lamborghini and stuff like that to show that you're successful. To me, a successful definition is being happy about your life, waking up every day, enjoying what you're doing and allowing yourself to have fun. Now, does money play a factor into maybe your happiness? Because that's really what successfulness is how happy you are with the life that you're living. So, essentially when you make more money, you're spending more money. When you make less money, you're spending less money. And the person who's, financially stable and doing really well, let's just say they become millionaires, they start spending a lot more money than what they actually have. Therefore, they're actually making less than somebody who is making less. And the reason behind this is because you're like, right now, if you're making like $3,000, $4,000 a month and you're living just fine off of it, I mean, just because increase your spending, you're looking at life on how to make sure that whatever you need, you can still afford with just a $3,000 paycheck or whatever the case may be. So people who make less money actually spend money better and essentially have more money. Now, if you're great with money and you're a good advisor and you can handle your money well, obviously being financially stable definitely is its benefits. Also, I am taking on I guess I'm becoming a mentor to someone else new who's starting in real estate, and we'll probably do a video with him to talk about why he wants to get started and what he thinks it can do for him, or what it can do for him, because he's getting out in 2 years and he just wants a set job that's going to make him money. So that's cool too. Here's the other videos. You're gonna be like, there's a reality to being successful. Find something that you enjoy doing, something that you love, but you're afraid to go for it because you don't think you're doing well in it. Well, guess what? Whatever you're doing now, continue to do it, but the thing that you love to do, work in the background so that way when you get a hang of it and you start mastering it, when you leave that job, you'll be leaving to make more money doing something you actually love doing. That's the first step. Second step is to, take chances. You're gonna have to think big, get big, write down goals. If you don't have your goals written down, you're already failing yourself. This is just a fact, because in your mind you might have your goals, but actually seeing it on a paper or on a whiteboard, you actually create a way of a memorization. You start creating habits and you start thinking about what you need to do to become successful, or start doing what you plan on doing. So if you have a job that you're looking for, like, I don't know, some people want to be home designs, right? But you're like, oh, the market's too busy. There's already a bunch of companies out there that are home design. I won't be able to compete. Well, that's the bad attitude. You need to actually look to see what you can provide that they can't. Better deals, better work ethics, better quality. Maybe you want to be a cosmetologist and you want to do hair work and you're like, oh, there's so many of them, I can't do it. Well, guess what? You got to find ways to sell yourself. In entrepreneurship, really not selling a business, you're selling yourself and your service. No matter what you're creating, no matter how you look at it, the reality is you're selling yourself. And the way you sell yourself is by knowing and being confident in what you want. So having these goals written down, such as maybe in 4 years you want to buy a dream car, maybe you want to buy a new house, or even start smaller. Maybe you want to have money just to pay off all your debt. These are things you have to think about. Create goals, follow them, stick to them, and I'm telling you, in your mind, you'll start creating a habit of looking at this goal board, and you'll start thinking about what you need to do to make that happen. And that's the best thing that's happened so far. So far, I'm doing well. My goal is by 3 to 4 years to make $20,000 passively, and I'm almost going to get there. It's going to happen sooner than later. So you can make these goals. You can either, do them in 3 years or do them sooner. But I don't know what kind of your backstory may be. I don't know what kind of life you grew up as or how you handle work ethics or goals. But for me, it's like, when you think about, I had football as my big motivator, and I think back to it, it's like you're honestly tired in football, right? When you're doing all your sprints and you're constantly running and you just want to give up. But there's just something in your mind that tells you not to give up because you're only making yourself better. Now, I know not everybody that's watching this probably played football or a sport, but there's something that you've done to make yourself better even though you felt like quitting. Maybe you're really good at testing, or you're not so good at testing. Guess what you do? If you are good at testing and you fail one test, what are you gonna do? You're gonna restudy and do even better than you did on the last time, because failure just wasn't an option. Especially depending on how your parents are too. That was probably like the biggest thing. Like I said, you just gotta, think about what you really wanna do. I mean, you can graduate high school, go straight to college, and graduate and work a job that you make good money in, and people are okay with that, with just making $100,000 being a coder or whatever the case may be. I mean, you're still getting paid money regardless, but it's up to you. You are only as limited as you make yourself. If you strive to be better, you get better, and you have those goals in place, I don't doubt that you will be successful. I mean, like I said, first month and a half into real estate, I have 2 listings, one that I'm co-listing, and then one that I bought that I'm about to do the YouTube flip for. And then I have a buyer in escrow right now. So it just shows that when it comes to real estate, as long as you have the work ethic, you have the drive and the motivation, there's no reason why you can't be successful in real estate. 95% of the time, most real estate agents work it as a 9-to-5 job, and that's not what it is. You can't do that or you're not gonna make money, because the best time to call people is after 5 o'clock, because guess what? You're getting off at 5 o'clock, and if a real estate ain't calling you then because they went home, they're not making any money. And that's why a lot of agents fail. They get into it thinking that it's super easy, they're gonna make a lot of money and be fine, and that's where they fail. They don't set themselves up to have money investing, money in the bank to help keep them afloat, because there are fees every 3 months that you keep your not your license, but your access to like the MLS and stuff like that. So people don't set themselves up. They just try to jump into something without making a plan or having an idea of a plan. So like me, my plan is, I have my 1 year left in a 360 days, and I'm starting on real estate now, like real estate investing and being a realtor, because when I get out next year, I want to be able to just do it straight on, go at full force, and do really well. So I'm planning now, learning now, so that way when that next year comes, I'm already ahead of the game. I don't have to wait for anything. I'm just falling right into it. Honestly, my goals is next year, after I get out of the military, I'm going to Bora Bora. I need a vacation. I haven't took a really nice vacation since my honeymoon. It was about 2 years ago, so I'm definitely due for a new one, and we're gonna have a lot of fun there. But yes, whatever your goals are, there's no doubt there's people telling you that you're probably not gonna make it. They might be optimistic and they might support you, but behind their back they're telling you he's not gonna do it, he's not smart enough, he's not realistic, she's not realistic, she's not smart enough, she doesn't know what she's doing. People just don't have confidence in you because they don't know you, or they do know you and they don't know the other side of you, because they see your work side but they don't see your personal side. So how they view your work side, they think that your personal side is the same way, when it's really not, because I mean, how I act at work and how I act in a personal life is two totally different things. And I'm actually happy with it because in about 3 to 4 years, they're gonna be looking back and be like, shit, I remember making fun of that guy. He told me he wasn't gonna make it, but look at him now. He's got, you know, he's successful. He's happy with what he's doing. He's out of the military. And I just want you guys to subscribe, be along for this journey, because I'm telling you guys, in the future, it's gonna be pretty big. I have a no quit attitude. I'm not gonna give up, and even if something bad happens, it's always positive. I always look for positives in every situation, because 9 times out of 10, there is. Also, understand your limits. Get your limits, you know, it's just repetitive. I can't really explain. You're your own motivator. You can hire a coach and a mentor and stuff like that, but it all comes down to how much work you actually put towards them. You could pay for them like $300, $400, but guess what? If you're not applying yourself with what they're teaching you, you're wasting that $300, $400 that you could be using to invest in whatever your business you wanted to do, such as, like, I don't know, maybe a hair designer. I can't think of a lot of things that people want to pursue because they're afraid. So maybe you want to, you know, start a car company, create brands, clothes, shoes, styles. I mean, also another reality is people create a boundary zone, right? They are in the center and they're afraid to try to go bigger than that boundary zone they created because they love feeling safe. They love the stability. They love the money that they're getting. There's no chance of them actually failing. So people create this bubble that they just stay inside of, and they don't try to venture out and try to grow in it. So the bubble just gets bigger as they grow. But me, I popped my bubble, and now I'm just trying to be out here being successful. And the bubble is really what's holding you back. I don't want to fear the unknown or failure, because honestly, it's what you learn from, and it's how you make yourself, I believe. And I'm telling you, if you follow this, you will see yourself act different, the amount of information and knowledge, as long as you're always sharpening your blade with what you want to learn. Like for me, it's real estate investing. I read articles all the time. I watch videos on it all the time. So this way, when people ask me questions, I sound more educated in what I'm talking about. And it actually has been showing a lot, because a lot of people want to actually work with me because of the amount of information I actually know. And I started creating habits. Since I started these habits, I've seen a big difference. And by the habits, I mean the goals that I created. I've seen a big difference in my life and how it's changed, because I'm having something to work towards. And that's the best thing to have. If you have questions and you just want to know where to start or what to do, I mean, I'm open to you leaving comments, and I'll give you suggestions. Like Ricey Pebble, I think, he asked me questions, I give him information. He's actually doing well, I hope, anyways. But so this concludes my video. So I'm gonna need you to like, definitely subscribe, because you want to stay tuned for all the stuff I'm telling you. You're gonna be like, I know for a fact you're just gonna blow everything I just talked about away. But once you see that it actually worked and in action, you're gonna be like, damn, I wish I would have listened. And then you're gonna be backwards and starting behind me instead of getting ahead of it. Like I said, I'm here to teach you what I'm learning now and what I'm learning from. This way gets you ahead of the curve. So subscribe. Share so you can get your friends, or if you want to be selfish, that's fine. You can be successful yourself, don't share the love. And then hit that notification, because you want to be notified for videos like this. And definitely stay tuned for my YouTube clip that's coming soon.